Quick sound check. Ooh, I do apologise. Hopefully that should be good. Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back to Trucking Tuesday. We're going to be playing some Euro Truck Simulator 2 as per usual. And we'll get into that in just a few moments. Okay, so the plan is, it's Trucking Tuesday, obviously, so we're going to play some Euro Truck Simulator. We are in Africa at the moment. We're currently in Niger, not Nigeria. I got those two mixed up in the last stream, for which I do apologise if there's any African viewers out there. Let me just adjust my chair a little bit, that's better. But we're going to be continuing our drive throughout Africa today. And as always, that will go on for about 3 hours. If you... I just want to quickly mention as well... excuse me. Oh, something's just disconnected. Hopefully it wasn't my mic. Oh god, why is my throat... I'm sorry, all of a sudden my throat's gotten really hoarse. Okay, I think we're good. What I was trying to say is, if you... last week you may recall that I posted my 5,000 follower thank you video and it got copyright striked after 25 minutes and the sound got removed. I have just re-uploaded it, so if you want to check out my TikTok now, the top pinned video should be the re-uploaded version, and hopefully that one won't get copyright claimed. I replaced the music, Mr. Blue Sky, with a karaoke version, which has no lyrics. So I'm hoping that that will be enough to avoid getting a copyright claim on it. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But that being said, that's all I really wanted to mention, is that video's been re-uploaded. And yeah, let's get into Trucking Tuesday, shall we? Let's go and play some Euro Truck Simulator, because we're already starting quite late as it is. Okay, where's my camera? There we go. And all my windows need readjusting, as usual. That's not too bad, actually. Okay, so we're going to carry on with Euro Truck. First things first, let me know if you can see and hear the game alright. You should be hearing it right now. And what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to see where we actually are right now. So we're in Arlit, and as I mentioned in the last stream, this is not Nigeria. This country that we're in right now is in fact Niger. This country here is Nigeria. So in the last stream I kept saying that we were driving to Nigeria. We weren't. We were driving to Niger. I do apologise for getting the two mixed up. We are not in Nigeria, but we are going to go to Nigeria today. So we're currently in Niger. One more thing I just want to very quickly mention before we start as well. As you can see above my head right now, my Patreon is now only £1. £1 single pound a month or $1 a month. That's all it costs right now. So if you want to get my Patreon for a bit cheaper, you could do that now. It's going to stay that price forever. It's not like a sale or anything. I've permanently reduced it to £1 if you want to support me through that. Okay, we'll get straight on with a job. And like I say, the plan is we're going to sort of stay in the West Africa area. So we're going to get jobs to some of these countries around here. The best price per distance. We'll stick with price per distance, I think, as the best metric, and we'll make sure that we're getting the best money for each job. Let's do it. Oh. We're not actually outside of the place yet. My mistake. Ooh. Yo, how are you? I'm not bad, Chris. How are you? Thanks for the heart as well. What's tomorrow's stream? There's no stream tomorrow, but I do actually have a video. I've just recorded it today. I haven't done a video in a while, apart from the 5,000 followers, which is like a compilation video. I haven't done an actual video in a while, so I had an idea for one. I've recorded it today, and it should be ready to post tomorrow. It depends how long it takes to edit it, but hopefully not long. It's only about 1.5 minutes in length. Or it will be when it's edited down. Afternoon, Morgan. How are you doing? Thanks for following Shay. And yeah, everyone who's saying thanks for 5,000 followers, thank you very much. The video that I posted today is actually a re-upload. We hit 5k last week, and if you saw the original video, it got muted. I used Mr. Blue Sky as the background music, and TikTok removed the sound from it. And I really didn't want to upload the video without any music because I specifically chose that music for the video because I thought it was a really good choice. But I managed to find a karaoke version of Mr. Blue Sky which has no lyrics, it's just the instrumental. And I think it sounds different enough that it hopefully won't get copyright claimed. So yeah, maybe it will, I don't know. But as of right now, as far as I'm aware, the sound is still there on the re-uploaded version. Like I say, it's a shame that I did have to re-upload it, but the original did get claimed. Why only £1, says Danny? So the reason that I've reduced the price of my Patreon to £1 is because I don't really think I can offer enough stuff to make it worth £5. It used to be £5. And the plan was, when I originally set it up, that I would do like behind the scenes stuff, you know, like unedited videos and, you know, video editing, live streams and other kind of behind the scenes content. But the fact is that I can't really keep up with doing behind the scenes content when I'm trying to make in front of the scenes content. You know what I mean? I couldn't do enough behind the scenes content to make it worth it. So I thought it was much better to just make the price lower, make it £1, so you can still show me your support, and I can still recognise you for showing support via the thank you board and via inviting you to the community Discord. But you won't get the rest of the behind the scenes content. That I might occasionally post behind the scenes stuff still, but I'm not going to guarantee it. And like I say, I think for the kind of stuff that I am actually offering, I think just £1 is a much more reasonable price to offer. I feel bad for those who paid for £5 for however long. Well, fortunately, I only actually currently have one paying supporter. Everyone else on this board is a free member, and I am going to sort this out so that free members are listed differently and the paid members will be listed higher and whatever. We'll sort it out at some point. But I do only currently have one actual paid member. And the way that it works is when you change the price, they will pay the new price next month. So although my current paying supporter, Kate is currently the only paying supporter. Although Kate has paid £5 this month, they'll only pay £1 next month, and they'll pay the new price from then on. So don't worry, nobody's gone out of pocket with it. But like I say, if you do want to support me on Patreon, get your name on this board, and get access to the community section of the to the exclusive section of the Discord, it is now only £1 a month, and there is a link in my bio. There's also a link to the Discord, which you should join, by the way. Everyone join the Discord; it's great. We got like 10 members so far, so it's pretty dead. But it has only been live for a few days, so there's still time. Anyway, where are we going? 8 hours, 49 minutes, but we need a rest stop in 7 hours and 4 minutes. Okay, well, first things first, let's get a rest stop planned. It's going to have to be at Agadez, just there. Thanks for following Dean Matchstick Models Maker. Hey, says STFC, how you doing? What would you do if I sent a game controller? I don't know, Chris. I've never gotten any gifts before, like physical gifts sent to me. I'm not sure that I want any, to be honest. It's, you know, don't send me stuff. I'd feel bad being sent stuff. Oh, you meant the right? Okay, that's fair enough. I will accept that. Thank you very much. I did think you meant an actual controller, but thank you. Like I say, I've never accepted any physical gifts, and I probably don't want to be honest. What do you do with the money from Patreon? Well, at the minute, Sav, nothing, because I don't really get any. Like I say, I've only currently got one paying supporter. But when I do eventually have more supporters, and when more people are donating through Patreon, I want to put some of that money back into my videos and stuff like that, you know, improving my setup and buying better equipment so that I can make higher quality videos and that sort of thing. But as I say, it all depends really on how many people support me on Patreon. And that's also part of the reason that I wanted to reduce the price a little bit, because you know, not only do I not really have much to offer for a £5, but also nobody wants to pay a £5 in exchange for getting their name on a board. You know what I mean? It's really not worth that much money. So hopefully with the new price of £1, a few more people might be interested in it. And I think, again, for £1, the benefits that you get are much more appropriate for that price. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for following Adam Drumhunter 2. I'm hoping as well that we will be getting out of the desert in today's stream. We should really be obeying the speed limit as well. I do apologise. Because the last stream we spent pretty much the entire stream in the desert. We drove across Algeria and then Niger, and it's not the most exciting place to drive. You know, it's just barren sand everywhere. So I'm really hoping, like, judging by the map, we are heading towards the southern part of West Africa, where there is a bit more green, but then at the same time it looks like the road that we're on is still going to be in the desert, so I don't know. I'm hoping that we'll get some more interesting scenery as we progress, but we will find out. HK, thanks for following. What are the mods? So, if you'd like to see my mod list, currently the only way to do it is by joining my Patreon. Not my Patreon, sorry, my Discord, which is free to do. I did originally have it on screen, but it wasn't very practical. If you if you do join the Discord, which you can do through the link in my bio, there's a channel with a pinned post that links to my complete mod list. I've got about 133 mods active. The main ones are Pro Mods, Heart of Africa, Horn of Africa, Beyond, Rust Map, Siberia Map, Off the Grid, and many more. Why is my nose is not bleeding? Notification. But yeah, the map mods, like I say, it's mostly Pro Mods is the main one, and then I've got various other mods based around Pro Mods. But if you want a full list, complete with download links, the easiest thing to do is join the Discord, because the sheet that's linked in there is, like I say, it has every single mod, and where to download it, and what load order to put it in. So again, I'm not saying this just to get people to join my Discord, but if you do join the Discord, you can get the full mod list, and you'll be able to play with the exact same mods that I'm playing with. How are we today? Not bad, Scott Ashton. How are you? What's Patreon? Patreon is basically a place for content creators to be paid for their for the content that they produce. So basically, it's a way of you being able to donate to me. Currently, it costs £1 a month. So basically, you pay me £1 a month to support my content, and in exchange, you get your name on this lovely board, and you get VIP status in the Discord, as well as some other benefits every now and then. Like I say, there will occasionally be behind the scenes stuff, but not nearly as much as there has been previously. And also, you will get access to the live archive, so you can see all of my past live streams if you want to see those as well. Again, those are accessible by Patreon. Why did your in-game wheel move like that? Broke. My wheel is broke. That's fine. I've had this wheel for 2 years. It's already not the most high-tech of wheels. It's a very cheap wheel. Add to that the fact that because it's right here on my desk, I am constantly knocking this thing. Like, I mean constantly. I am elbowing this thing. I hit it with my knees. Whenever I'm doing stuff under the desk and I stand up, I hit my head on it. This thing has been bashed about so much in the last couple of years. It's not in good condition. I think someone's just joined the Discord. One sec. I do keep the channel open to read as new people join. Yes, Geo. Thank you, Geo, for joining the Discord. Much appreciated. If you do join the Discord during the stream, of course, I will read your name out. And if you join the Patreon as well, I'll read your name out on stream. Although I don't get an immediate notification when you follow on Patreon, so I'll just check it every now and then and see if we've got anyone new. Would you ever do content on Patreon? So the thing is, like, when I first started Patreon, I did want to do behind-the-scenes content. I wanted to do, like, video diaries, showing you, like, how the videos are made and stuff like that, showing you behind-the-scenes editing and uncut footage and that kind of stuff. But it's too much to do with everything else that I'm doing on TikTok as well. Like, I want to focus on actually making stuff for everyone to view rather than stuff that's locked behind a paywall. So I like I say, I would like to offer more behind the scenes content, but I just don't really have the time to do it at the minute. Which is why I wanted to put the price of my Patreon down to reflect that lack of behind the scenes content. And maybe in the future I might add a new tier and bring back the behind the scenes content, but I don't see it happening for the foreseeable future. Where are you heading today? We are heading to... Where are we heading to? We're heading to Abalak, which is in Niger. We are currently in West Africa. Also, hello, Dad. Sorry I didn't read your previous comment out. My dad is in the chat, everybody. Say hi. Who's your dad? My dad is Deanpool. You see any comments from Deanpool? That's my dad. BF or dad? Well, he's 50. And I'm 25. And also he's my dad. Okay, it looks like the sun's starting to come up. It always seems to be nighttime. I don't just whenever I'm driving on this, whenever I'm streaming, it always seems to be nighttime. How you doing today? Not bad, Faz. Not bad. How are you doing today? Okay, I think this is the town where we were gonna rest. Agadez, yeah, that's the one. What did you have for breakfast? I didn't actually have breakfast, Barney the Showcocker. I'm not good at eating breakfast. I know I should, but I just don't generally eat breakfast. When I do have breakfast, it's usually cereal. I quite like muesli. But I just don't really eat it that much. Oh, Scott Ashton, thank you very much for joining the Discord. Welcome aboard. And once again, guys, if you want to join the Discord, there's a link in my bio. And the idea is for it to just be a sort of community hangout. You can speak to me, you can get updates about when I'm going live and when I'm posting videos and stuff like that. How much did your PC cost? My PC cost £450 from Bedrock Computers. If you want to see the exact price of everything in my setup, check the pinned video, the second pinned video. I've got a complete cost breakdown of everything here, except the handbrake, because I didn't have that when the video was posted. That's quite cheap for a PC, to be honest. It is cheap. It's refurbished, so it's all second-hand parts. It is quite out of date at this point. It's only 3GB graphics, an i5 6500 processor, but I am actually planning on upgrading it very soon. I've mentioned in previous videos that I was planning on upgrading it in like a year or two, but Bedrock Computers have got a fantastic deal on at the minute. For it's like $775, but customizable, and it's got a 12GB 3060 graphics card. For £775, a PC with a 12GB graphics card is a hell of an improvement from what I've currently got. So I'm thinking I'm going to go for it. I mean, I don't have 775 right now, just as spare change. But you know, when I've saved up a little bit, I'm thinking I'm going to go for that. Like I say, I think it's a really, really good price for a massive upgrade compared to my current setup. So I might be going for that. I might be upgrading my PC a lot sooner than I'd originally planned. In which case, I probably will do a new video. I'll probably do an updated price video, because there are other things that I'm going to be changing soon as well. How come you don't just do a custom build? I don't have the confidence in my ability to do something like that, to be quite honest with you, Obudnik08. I've never done anything like that before. The most complicated thing I did is my current PC. I changed the RAM for it. I upgraded it from 16GB to 32GB. But building a PC myself, I just don't feel confident enough to do that. And I know there are people who do that, and most of my friends have built their own PCs, and I'm sure I could go to them for advice and help for doing it. But honestly, my biggest fear is buying some really expensive CPU and then plugging it in wrong and it instantly frying, because then I've wasted a ton of money on something that just bricks itself immediately. So like I say, I'm just not confident to do that. I know people do build their own PCs, and I know it is a lot cheaper to build it yourself than to get it pre-built, but I'm just not confident in doing that. I'm sorry. Show your truck. Here's the truck. Fair enough, if you don't have confidence, don't do it, I agree. Yeah, that's my attitude. Like I say, I know it is more expensive to buy pre-built, but at least I know when I buy pre-built that it's going to work, that it's, you know, everything's going to be compatible and stuff like that. Okay, I'm going to try and do some overtaking here. Do I have a pet lion? It says notification. No, I don't. I have a pet jumping spider. But that's it. Look, we have discussed the cat situation in previous streams. There are 3 cats in the house, but none of them are technically my cat. In terms of pets that I actually bought and look after personally, that I would consider my own pets, I've got a spider. Can we see the jumping spider? I might bring her over later. I don't like to move her too much, especially when she's trying to rest, which she does like 90% of the time. She is very inactive. But I might bring her enclosure over and show you very briefly. She won't come out. She's still. I've had her for nearly 3 months. She's still only come out once. I've only held her in my hand once. She's very, very shy. But you might be able to see her. Like I say, if I bring the tank over, bring the enclosure over in a bit, you might be able to see her at least. But like I say, she is incredibly shy. I've never known a jumping spider be so shy. I've kept jumping spiders before, and normally they're fairly active. They're fairly inquisitive. They like to interact with you and stuff like that. But she just does not. She stays in her hide pretty much all day, every day. She comes out occasionally, just has a wander about and then goes back in. But that's about all she does. And like I say, it's such unusual behaviour for a jumping spider. But is she nocturnal? No. They are diurnal. Most species of jumping spider are diurnal, which means, you know, they're like us. They sleep at night and they're awake during the day. Why is your Patreon dipped in price? So the reason that I've put the price on my Patreon down is because I don't feel that the price I was offering before was fair. When I first started Patreon, my idea was to do behind the scenes stuff, but I haven't been able to do that, and I feel like offering £5 a month in exchange for basically having your name on this board is not really fair. So I've put the price down to just £1 a month. You'll get your name on this board, you'll get to join the VIP section of the Discord server, and you'll also get access to the TikTok Live archive, as well as maybe some behind the scenes stuff now and then. So I feel like £1 is a lot more reasonable for that sort of package. Where's the Discord server link? Discord server is in my bio. The clickable link is the Discord, and the unclickable link above it is my Patreon. Sounds pointless, mate. Add more stuff and people will buy. Yeah, but that's exactly the problem. I can't do more stuff on my Patreon. That's the whole point. Like, I wanted to do behind-the-scenes stuff, but I spend so much time doing my actual TikTok stuff that I don't have time to make behind-the-scenes content. Like, if I did have behind-the-scenes content to offer, then I would offer it, and I'd keep the price at $5, but I just don't have the time, because I'm spending my time doing live streams and making videos. You know, I'm spending time working on stuff that everyone sees, rather than spending too much. You know, I don't have enough time to spend on stuff for my Patreon members only. X-Brands and Charlie Joe, thank you both for joining the Discord right now. Am I from the UK? Yes, I am. Okay, how far is this? Oh, an hour and a half. We're nearly there. Like I say, I'm really hoping we'll get out of the desert in today's stream. I'm getting quite bored of it now. I'm sure there are much more interesting parts of Africa that we could be seeing. We should have gone down south instead. I recently watched the Grand Tour. Anyone who is a fan of the Grand Tour out there, you may be aware that just last week they released the last ever episode. Clarkson, Hammond and May did their last ever trip together across Zimbabwe, and it was absolutely beautiful. The episode itself was brilliant, but the actual country of Zimbabwe, the scenery, some of the places that they visited, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful, beautiful country. And yeah, the special itself was very emotional as well, especially the ending. I don't want to... I'm going to do some slight spoilers, so if you don't want any spoilers, stop listening now. But right at the end of the special, they went to Botswana. They crossed over the border to Botswana, and they went to the exact spot where the first ever Top Gear special started. And it was so beautiful. They showed scenes from Top Gear and showed like a side-by-side of then and now. It was genuinely really emotional. I'm going to miss them a lot. It was a lot of fun. I grew up watching Top Gear, and I've loved the Grand Tour as well. So seeing them go back to the same spot where it all started was very touching, genuinely. Thanks for following, by the way, Liam Matthews. B Aviation says, just joined the Discord, I'm X-Brands. Yep, don't worry, I got you. X-Brands, thanks for joining. If you do join the Discord, by the way, first thing you should do, I recommend, is go to the Roles channel and choose what sort of content you're interested in. So the way the server's designed is there's different channels for different interests. So there's a channel for Euro Truck Simulator, there's a channel for Farming Sim, there's a channel for Minecraft, and so on and so forth. So when you join the server, you can choose what stuff you're interested in, and then you can join the appropriate channels, and you'll get notified whenever I upload stuff that you personally might enjoy. Where can you watch the Grand Tour? It's on Amazon Prime. The whole show is on Amazon Prime. Like I say, the last ever episode just dropped, so if you want to watch it, now's a perfect time to watch it, because you can binge watch the whole thing start to finish. Although if you really want to binge watch it start to finish, then you should be starting with Top Gear, which is on BBC iPlayer. Binge watch Top Gear all the way through to the last episode of Grand Tour. That's like 22 years of content to get through, but a lot of fun. Or at least just binge watch the specials, because those were the best things. I'm not a car person. I've said before, I'm not really interested in cars, but I feel like with those three, it became so much more than a car show. And like the Grand Tour was not a car show at all. By the end of it, it was a road trip show, which is what I loved about it. Do I do Minecraft Monday? I do, Zafier, yes. Currently, Minecraft Monday is on a temporary hold, but it's going to be coming back in October. I think the next stream's going to be the 7th of October, which is only 2 weeks away now, so Minecraft will be coming back very soon for any Minecraft fans out there. And also, I've got a stream coming up this week, which is very different from my previous streams. So on Saturday, I'm going to be playing. I'm going to be playing 3 different games in one stream. What the idea is? Let me just park this up, and I'll tell you more about it. So there's recently been a game that dropped. It literally dropped yesterday, called Tiny Glade. You may have heard of it. You may have been following the development here on TikTok, because the developers have a page. But it just dropped yesterday. Like I say, it's called Tiny Glade, and it's a very cozy, comfy little game where you design little villages, little medieval castles and stuff like that. It's very cute. It's very wholesome. And it's very relaxed, and it got me thinking. I'd really love to play that game on stream, but I also don't think that I could do it for 3 hours. I think maybe an hour or so would be enough. So then I had the idea. Well, what if I played a couple of other cozy games as well? What if I picked out like 2 or 3 games with sort of a similar relaxed kind of vibe, and played them all for an hour each? So that's what I'm doing on Saturday. That's the idea that I've gone with. So on Saturday, I'm going to be playing Tiny Glade, Minami Road, and Dorfromantik, which is an older one. If you're not familiar with any of those games, don't worry, because I will be playing them all on Saturday. But like I say, they're all very relaxing games. They're all very cozy games. They're all the sort of games where you can sit down with a cup of hot chocolate, you know, and just chill out. You know, they're those sort of games. So I wanted to, like I say, I'm gonna play those on Saturday. So if you want to see me play Tiny Glade, Minami Lane, or Dorfromantik, like I say, I'm going to play all 3 of them on Saturday, and it's going to be hopefully a very cozy, very comfy, very relaxed kind of stream, which I am known for. You know, my streams, I like to keep it as relaxing as possible. That's how I do things. Thanks for following, by the way, Zafi and Frankie. Lewis says, congratulations on 5k. Thank you very much. Okay, what jobs do we have here? Not to Russia, that's completely the wrong direction, and I don't really want to go back up to Algeria either. Maybe we should try and head west, because I think our best shot of getting into greener pastures is either to go west towards Senegal or east towards Central Africa. I did mention before that I'd like to eventually get all the way down to South Africa, so maybe if we head east, we can... I mean, not in today's stream, obviously, but if we head in that direction over the next few streams, we can head down towards South Africa. I think that's what I'm going to do. So there are no jobs here that are actually going to get us in that direction, but there might be some other places in town. So we'll have a look. I think maybe we could have gotten a more versatile trailer as well, because obviously our current trailer is only used for like a loose material. Aha! Uganda, that is perfect. That's going to take us right through all this lovely green countryside and get us well on our way. So we'll take that one. Scrap metal, 23 tons to Kampala in Uganda. That's going to be our next job. Lead the way, GPS. I've not been using my handbrake much today either. I've forgotten it's there. I'll try and use it a bit more. it's one of these awkward places to get in. Ah, it's not too bad. Oop. How are you today? Not bad, Kate. How are you doing? What Scania are you driving? This, Jim, is the Scania Streamline R730. Catman Charlie says, I don't really understand Discord. Ah, I see. Well, basically, it's just a messaging platform. Basically, it's just like Messenger, but there's like different chats. So if you use like Facebook Messenger, which you might not because you're not 100 years old, I'm presuming, but if you're like me and you actually still use Facebook Messenger in 2024, it's a bit like Facebook Messenger, except like there's multiple different channels. And that's basically Discord. That's sort of downplaying it. I think that's really being unfair to Discord, but it is. It's just glorified. It's just a glorified message board, basically. I use Messenger. Don't worry, I'm not. I'm calling myself old as well because I also use Messenger. I feel like Messenger's not really that old-fashioned. I feel like Facebook in general is more used by older people. I think Messenger's used a lot more than Facebook is by younger people. Although, in saying that, I am on Facebook as well. I don't really use it, but... my presence on Facebook is mostly to be in various shitposting groups and look at memes. That's literally all I do on Facebook, and occasionally post a selfie. Discord was used for gaming specifically back in the day. It was, Kate. Yeah, when I first got Discord, it was because I wanted to talk to my uni friends when we played games together. It is very much designed for gaming, but it's a lot more than that now. I think since the pandemic, since COVID-19, I think a lot more people started to use it as just a general get-together place. They like Zoom or whatever, because you can do video calls and stuff like that on it. So I feel like as a result of that, it's broadened its audience a lot more, and it's used by a lot more people now. But historically, yes, it was designed for gamers, basically. And it is still used a lot for that. But like, honestly, Discord is basically my primary way of keeping in touch with my friends. Like, most of my friends are on Facebook and stuff like that, but they don't really use it. So, like me, they're on there, but they don't really go on there. Whereas I talk to my friends every day on Discord, like every single day, and we play games together almost every evening, and it's so great for that because, you know, as someone who, you know, most of my current friends are people that I met at uni, so they live all over the country. We don't really get a chance to see each other in person very often. So having this place where we can talk to each other every day is so great. And I do think it's amazing that we can actually do that these days, that you can actually speak to people who live hundreds of miles away every day. You know, people who live at the other side of the country, you can get together and play Phasmophobia with them on an evening. It's really cool. Isn't technology wonderful? And like I say, I do think it's so cool that the last time I saw my friends in person was New Year's Day. because I went down to stay with them for New Year's Eve. We had a get-together. That was the last time I saw my friends in person, but the last time I spoke to them was yesterday. That's crazy. That I can speak to them every day, even though I'm not actually close to them in real life. Like I say, that's the wonderful world of technology that we live in these days. What did I study at uni? Game design. Shocker, I know, a trans femme with a degree in game design. Original. I'm not going to overtake there. If anyone doesn't understand that joke, it's a common stereotype of trans women that they are interested in computer programming, and I'm doing very little to alleviate that stereotype. Let's just leave it at that. Nope, still not going to overtake. I just want to get past this guy. When do we need to sleep, by the way? I haven't even marked a rest point on the map. We should probably do that. Nope, we're not going to get that far. We'll get to Burning Connie. Which is still in Niger. Again, in the last stream, I kept saying, "Oh, we're driving to Nigeria. We're driving to Nigeria." This is not Nigeria. This is Niger. This down here is Nigeria. I do apologise that I got those two mixed up about 20 times in the last live stream. We're currently in Niger, but we're going through Nigeria in a moment. Okay, I'm going. This is an incredibly dangerous place to overtake because I cannot see over that hill, but I've made my choice. Let's try and slow it down a little bit because we are speeding. How long is the drive? Exceptionally long. It's 105 hours. So we are not finishing this job in today's stream. In real life, that's going to be like a 6 or 7 hour job. In fact, probably more. So maybe 2 or 3 streams. What's the in-game consequences of a crash? So the consequences, basically, if we crash, the truck and the cargo will get damaged. As you can see, currently the truck is 5% damaged and the trailer is 1% damaged. It doesn't actually physically damage the truck, like you can't see the damage visibly, but the truck will start to perform slightly worse as it gets damaged. Like sometimes it won't change gears properly, or the engine will stall, or it'll turn over when you're trying to start. The electrics will cut out, stuff like that. So you can break down, yes. If you have a certain level of damage, the truck will break down and it just won't start. So although it doesn't visibly get damaged, you can like feel that the truck is not in top condition. And in terms of the cargo can also get damaged, and you will get a penalty for that. So like I say, currently my cargo is at 0% damage, but if I got like, if the cargo was like 2% damaged, I might get like a £5,000 penalty or something, so I'd get some money taken off of my payment. So there are consequences to damaging the truck and damaging the cargo, but they're not like actual visible physical consequences. Am I muted? You're not muted, Popular One Big Brain Boy, no. This place looks nice. Thanks for following THJ544. Ooh. Coming a bit fast into the roundabout there. Thanks for following Craig Green 15 and Danny Boy G3. How far are we from the rest stop? 5 hours 2 minutes. Oh, we took a wrong turn. Whoops. We were supposed to take the first exit at that roundabout. We accidentally took the second exit. It's okay, we'll just make a quick U-turn. Oh no, we were supposed to take the... no. We were supposed to take the second exit, but we actually took the first exit. Either way, we took the wrong exit. Do I have a driver's license? I don't have a driver's license. Oh, Budnick, no, I don't drive in real life. Thanks for following Erin and 40 to Leeds bus slammed. That guy just tried to change lanes without warning, so that was his fault, not mine. Thanks for following Your Fave Scotsman. Anyway, yeah, we're 5 hours from the rest point. Oh, hang on. Remember to use the handbrake this time, don't worry, I'm on top of it. It's not just sitting there collecting dust, I am actually using it. There we go. Great content, so I love it. Thank you, Jay. And once again, guys, if you are enjoying and you haven't already followed, please do. If you want to join the Discord, there's a link in my bio. And if you want to follow me on Patreon for just £1 a month, there's a link for that in my bio as well. And also, don't forget to check out my pinned video. I just want to quickly mention again my 5,000 follower video that got posted last week. I have re-uploaded it to edit out the muted music, so hopefully you can... In fact, let me just check it real quick. Make sure the sound hasn't been removed again. Nope. Good stuff. Okay. So yeah, if you check my pinned video, it still has the sound. The one without sound, I've unpinned it. The one with sound should now be pinned at the top of my profile. Like I say, what I did was, in the original video, I used Mr. Blue Sky as the background music, and it got removed by TikTok. So I found a karaoke version of Mr. Blue Sky without any vocals, like instrumental only. And it seems like it might have been good enough to not get copyright claimed. It's only been up for an hour, it could still get claimed, but hopefully it won't be. And if you want to hear it with the actual real song with lyrics, there's a link to the YouTube version as well. But yeah, like I said, I didn't want to completely remove the sound because I specifically chose that song because it was perfect for the montage. So, like I say, hopefully the karaoke version will be good enough that it won't get copyright claimed again. Because I'm really genuinely proud of that video. It's like a compilation of my favourite like funny moments from previous live streams and videos and stuff like that. I put a lot of time and effort into it, and I was really disappointed when the original got copyright claimed. So like I say, I'm really hoping that this one will not be. It'll hopefully stay up. A-Up says, Hop165, A-Up, how are you doing? Is it getting dark again? Oh my god. still 4 hours to the rest point. This is the only problem I have with the Africa maps, is that it just feels like such a long drive. Like it feels like we've barely moved. We've been driving for so long, and we've still got 4 hours left to reach the next checkpoint. Like I say, I really hope that we'll get some more interesting scenery rather than just desert everywhere. I know there's a lot of deserts in Africa, but there's also a lot of not desert in Africa as well. So I want to see that bit of Africa, the bit without desert everywhere. That video is actually so funny. Thank you, Zafir. Like I say, I tried to pick the funniest moments from the last few months. So I do hope you'll get a laugh out of it. Hopefully you'll enjoy some of the clips that I chose for that video. When I called someone there is a clip in there of me getting road rage in Euro Truck and calling someone a dickhead. Thanks for following Breakable Ear 813. How's the stream so far? Not too bad, Alfie. Not too bad. Thanks for following Kev Bryson. Okay, we're coming up to, I think, Bernine, I think is the name of the city. Oh, Bernine Connie. Okay. Is this where our rest stop is supposed to be? Yes, it is. Yeah, the only problem is, because the cities are very, very spread out, we are going to have to take early rest stops. Like, technically I can drive for another 3 hours before I need to actually sleep. But the next checkpoint is like 7 hours away, so I'm going to have to sleep now, even though I don't really need to. And there is a lot of that in this part of the world, because the cities are just so spread apart. Am I ever going to go to Cape Town? Yes, I am, Alfie. That is my current plan. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to head down towards Cape Town, South Africa. Currently, we are in Niger, and we're doing a delivery to Uganda. But over the next few weeks, we're going to slowly head in that direction until eventually we will get to South Africa. Okay, here's the rest stop on the left. And as usual, we'll get a refill while we're here, just to be safe. We'll sleep first and then refill in the morning. Am I going to be driving real trucks in the future? No. Popular One, Big Brain Boy. I'm not actually interested in trucking in real life. It's very fun in-game, but it's not something that I want to do IRL. You should play SnowRunner as one of your streams. It's funny you mentioned that, Christmas, because I am actually planning on playing SnowRunner on stream at some point. I don't know exactly when it's going to be. I think it might have to wait until I've upgraded my PC, because I can play SnowRunner on my current PC, but playing a game and streaming it at the same time requires a lot more resources, so I don't know if I'd actually be able to stream it that well. But once I've updated my PC, which I'm planning on doing very soon, I would like to stream it, definitely. What PC specs are you running? Currently, I've got 32 gig RAM, 3 GB graphics, and an Intel i5 6500. But I've got my eye on a PC at the minute, which has got 12 GB graphics, 3060 I think it is, and an Intel i5 10500. So a significant upgrade for a fairly reasonable price. So I'm hoping to upgrade to that very soon. And like I say, to go from 3 gigabytes to 12 gigabytes is a big step up in terms of graphic potential. How much is it? The base model that I'm going for is £775, but I'm going to customize it a little bit, add some extra storage. I have a massive storage problem on my PC because most of the games that I play with quite a lot of mods and DLC and stuff like that. So some of the games are very, very big. My Train Simulator install is 950 gigabytes. It takes up almost an entire storage drive on my PC just for Train Simulator. So I need a PC that's got at least 5 terabytes of storage. My current one only has 2 terabytes. So I'm definitely going to be paying extra to get better storage. And probably some other upgrades as well. So like I say, the base model that I'm getting is 775, but with the upgrades that I want to get for it, it might come out to 900, a grand, something like that. We'll see what happens. But even so, still a very reasonable price for such a significant upgrade from my current setup. Like I say, as soon as I've got the money to do that, I very much want to upgrade my PC. Where we heading? We're heading to Uganda, Kampala. When's Minecraft coming back? On the 7th of October, so not long to wait now. Another couple of weeks. It's night time again. It's always night time. Why is it always bloody night time? I'll tell you why. No, the reason that it's always night time is because right now it's night time. But then by the time it's daytime, I'm going to have to sleep again. So we'll go to sleep, and then we'll wake up, and it'll be nighttime again. Rinse and repeat. So it's always going to be nighttime. The only thing I could do is sleep twice. Like, the next time we get to a rest stop, we might have to just sleep twice to get it to daytime. It'll lose us a bit of time, but we've got 102 hours. Oh no, we got 149 hours. Okay, so we can afford to sleep twice, I think, probably. At the next rest stop, we'll sleep twice. If you don't mind me asking, what made you decide to be trans? No hate, just interested. That's a perfectly valid question, CP1447. I am actually planning a video on this question very soon. We're actually coming up to the 3-year anniversary of my public coming out. I came out on the 15th of October. And for the 3-year anniversary, I wanted to do a very big, important video talking about how it happened and why it all came to be. But to give you the short answer, and it has to be a short answer because, like, the actual story is a lot more than I can tell in just a few minutes, right? But, like, the short answer is, I have always felt, well, as a kid, I always felt a general sort of discomfort about certain aspects of myself. I hated the sound of my voice, I hated the shape of my face, my figure, and, you know, all sorts of other things about myself. And when you're a teenager, that's normal, right? Everyone hates themselves when they're a teenager. That's hormones. So I never really thought anything of it when I was a teenager. I just thought, oh well, you know, when I'm older, I'll feel better about myself. But then I stopped being a teenager, and the feelings did not go away. When I was an adult, when I'd finished puberty, when the hormones were all under control, I still felt those feelings about myself. I still hated so many different aspects of myself. And, you know, that can just be body dysmorphia. Some people do just have body dysmorphia and they dislike certain parts of themselves. But the fact that it was so many things that specifically related to my being male, you know, it was things like facial hair, it was things like having a deep voice, it was things like broad shoulders and you know, Adam's apple and other things. The fact that it was all these like masculine things that I was uncomfortable with is what made me think, you know, well, maybe the reason that I'm uncomfortable with these things is because I am a woman. You know, maybe I would feel more comfortable if I was a woman. And I gave it a lot of consideration. I thought long and hard about it. It's not, you know, I didn't just wake up one morning and say, I don't like being a man, I'm a woman now. That's not how it works. It's a very long journey. There's a lot of soul searching. There's a lot of serious reflection about yourself. You know, is this genuinely what I want? Will I genuinely be happier? You know, and I think the question you've really got to ask yourself, and the question that I asked myself, is, you know, would I be a happier person if I had been born as a girl? Like, genuinely, if I was born as a woman, would I feel better about myself today? And the answer to that question was yes. And I do feel a lot happier now that I've embraced my identity as a trans woman, now that I've accepted myself as being trans, now that I've accepted the fact that I should have been born as a girl, but unfortunately wasn't. I do feel a lot happier now. I feel like I've said it before, and I will say it again. I genuinely feel so much happier now than I could have even imagined being before I came out, which to me is like the biggest sign that I've made the right decision. Like, not that being trans is a decision, but like the decision to embrace it, like the decision to accept it instead of like repress those feelings. And I'm so glad that I embraced it and that I accepted it, because I genuinely am happier than I've ever been in my life, honestly. There are still things about myself that I'm not happy with. My voice is probably the biggest thing. I definitely would like to have a more feminine voice, and shaving every day is a pain in the arse. But eventually I will control those things and get them to be the way that I want them to be. But even with those things aside, like I say, I'm incredibly happy and so much more content with my life now than I ever was before. So I hope that answers your question. Like I say, that was the short answer, but hopefully you can understand a little bit better what I went through to get here. I shouldn't have overtaken just then. That was a big mistake. I'm going to get back over to the correct side of the road now. Okay, we got a couple more questions in the meantime while I was answering that question. Have I played FC25? I assume you mean Farming Simulator 25, which is not out yet. It comes out in November. Watch pronouns she, her. Thanks for asking, Shane. Do I have any ideas for my world on Minecraft? Yes, I do, Fresh. So when we come back to Minecraft in October, first things first, I'm going to continue building my base. I'm also going to build a farm, but I want to build... I've never done it before. I want to build a step farm. By step farm, I mean like Machu Picchu. If you've seen Machu Picchu, like the farms are all on different levels. It's like a giant staircase with a farm on each level. I've never actually built one of those in Minecraft, and Minecraft seems like the perfect game to build that kind of farm because it's very blocky. So I'm going to be building a step farm in the new world, in the continued world, sorry, not a new world, and probably some other stuff as well. I'm not sure what else I want to build just yet, but I've got a couple of ideas. He means FIFA 25. Oh, I've not played any FIFA. No, I've never played FIFA. I'm not a fan of football. Ever do flight sim? I'm not a fan of planes either, Titana. It's not really one of my interests. More power to you if you enjoy farming, if you enjoy Flight Simulator, but it's just not my cup of tea. Hey Saul, how are you? I'm not bad, Thomas Massey Man. How are you doing today? That was very close, but we just about made it. I'm speeding again. I keep wanting to speed on these roads. I'm not being funny, but the speed limit on these roads is way too low. There's no way that this road, in the middle of nowhere, no pedestrians, no buildings, nothing. There's no way that this road should be 43 miles an hour speed limit. It's not right. I keep wanting to do 50. It should be a 50 zone. But I do try not to make a habit of speeding, so we're gonna obey the speed limit, even though it's a stupid speed limit and it shouldn't be there. We're gonna obey it anyway. You're fit, says Orc Official. Thank you very much. Am I dating anyone? I'm not dating anyone at the minute, but I'm not interested either. Sorry, I'm quite happy on my own for now. How are you doing? I'm doing good. 2013 Peugeot 508 SW. How are you doing? Okay, another city discovered. This is Maradi. Where? 6.5 hours still to our destination. We are about to cross into Nigeria at long last. You know that place where I said we were last week? We weren't actually there. We were in a different country the entire time. But we are going to be in Nigeria for real this time in just a minute. Not bad, just fixing my car up and prepping for a 6,500 mile journey. Damn! Where are you going? What 6,500 mile journey are you driving? That's an impressive journey. Just past Georgia and back. The country or the state? The country, okay. Just checking, because sometimes Americans do this really annoying thing where they just say Georgia and they mean the state, but they don't tell you they mean the state. But you meant the country, so it's okay. In before Americans in the comment section start saying, oh, well, Georgia's probably bigger than some countries in Europe anyway, so yeah, I don't care. It's still only a state. It's getting quite dark in here. The sun's gone in. I might go and switch my light on in a moment. My big light. British weather being unpredictable as always. I have to pull a 4-ton car there and then have a lorry on the trailer on the way back as I bought a Scania there. Cool. Well, I hope you have a pleasant journey. I don't think I've even done a journey that long in Euro Truck, never mind in real life. How far's this journey actually? 2,971. Okay, so from where we started, I'd say this journey's about 3,000 miles. So that's twice as far. Damn. Like, honestly, I hope it goes smoothly. I hope you have a pleasant drive. Ooh, whoops. Don't drink and drive. It is only Dr. Pepper. But still, you shouldn't physically drink while driving either. Or I shouldn't, because I'm not very good at driving, even with both hands on the wheel. Thanks for following, Sam. My mate will tag along from Poland so that my car won't give up. That's good, at least you'll have some company. Yeah, bend over. Thanks for following. What a fantastic username. Okay, I'm gonna pause the game real quick. I just want to check how the camera actually looks. Oh, actually, it's not that bad. You can actually see me clearly because there's less light from behind me, so I guess we'll keep the camera like this. I might turn the... There we go. There we go. I've turned my LED lights a little bit so that my face isn't as washed out. That should be better. While the game's paused, I'm going to quickly head over to Discord. Once again, I want to thank everyone who has joined the Discord during today's stream. Today we've had Geo, Scott Ashton, X Brands, and Charlie Joe. Thank you all for joining. If anyone else wants to join the Discord, there is a link in my bio. It's a community server. You can talk to me, get updates about videos and live streams, and so on and so forth. And I think that's pretty much all I wanted to shout out at the moment, so thank you once again. If you do join the Discord, I will read your name out as you join. And also, don't forget, Patreon is now only £1 a month, so if you want to join for just £1 a month, you can do that now. And just real quick, I want to check... Okay. Well, it looks like the sound has been removed on my re-uploaded 5,000 follower video as well. Very, very annoying. I'm not going to re-upload it again. I've tried twice and they've removed the sound both times. I'm extremely pissed off about it, but there's not really much I can do. I'm not gonna just upload the video with no music at all because it would be incredibly awkward. But if they're not gonna let me use the music that I wanted to use, then unfortunately there's nothing I can do about it. So if you want to go and see that video now before the sound is completely removed for everybody everywhere, check my pinned video. It might have already been removed, I don't know. But thanks anyway for 5,000 followers, guys. If only I'd made a video that thanked you for getting me to 5,000 followers, and if only that video was available to watch with sound right now. But unfortunately, TikTok is needlessly litigious when it comes to copyright. Because apparently Epic Records is going to go bankrupt because I used 2 minutes of audio in the background of one of my clips that I don't make any money from. They've actually lost billions of pounds in stock just from that video being up for half an hour. So, I mean, obviously... Won't somebody please think of the $1 billion record label? Like I say, I'm not going to try again because they'll just do it. They'll just remove the audio again. I have posted it on YouTube. You can see the version on YouTube, which has not been copyright striked. So if you want to actually watch the 5,000 follower video, unfortunately the only place to do that is YouTube, because TikTok is just going to remove the audio every time I try and post it. Again, if I had just posted the song straight from YouTube with the caption, "I made this," then I could understand a copyright claim. But it's background music on a video that I don't make any money from, and there's a credit on screen that says what the name of the song is and who wrote it. I do not understand how that's still a copyright strikeable offence. But, you know, evidently it is, so I'm just not going to bother trying to post the video again. If you want to see the actual video with the music, check it out on YouTube where it has not been copyright striked. It's because, as well, apparently, I actually checked out why specifically it was happening. It's because you can only use up to 60 seconds of copyrighted audio, which, first of all, is bullshit, because I've uploaded videos with more than 60 seconds of background music before, and they've never been copyright striked. And second of all, it's also bullshit for another reason, because why 60 seconds? That seems so arbitrary. So if I uploaded a 60-second video with Mr. Blue Sky in the background, totally fine. But if I uploaded a 61-second video with Mr. Blue Sky in the background, totally unacceptable. Criminal. Criminal offence. Remove that shit. It doesn't make any sense. And again, we're talking about a multi-billion-dollar record label. They're not going to lose... Their stock value isn't going to half overnight because I uploaded a video with 2 minutes of copyrighted audio in it. It does not make sense. And the fact is, as well, if I had made an audio and copyrighted it and someone else had used it, I wouldn't have a leg to stand on. Like, copyright laws only exist to protect billion-dollar companies. Like, if it was my music and I had copyrighted it and someone else used it, TikTok wouldn't give a shit. They wouldn't do anything about it. But when it's the multi-billion-dollar record label, that's when they've really got to jump to their defense. But anyway, that's enough ranting from me about copyright law. They've removed the sound. There's nothing else we can do about it. If you want to see the video with sound, go to my YouTube. Speeding again, by the way. Right, look. The speed limit here is 50 miles an hour. Like, okay, I'm already I'm already pretty riled up because I've just gone on a bit of a rant about copyright claims on my videos. But how is this road only 50 miles an hour? Look at it. This is a motorway. This is a dual carriageway. Why is the speed limit here only 50 miles an hour? It does not make sense. Oh, I need to calm down. I'm getting too fired up about things that aren't really that important. Thanks for following, Alfie Haining. Let's keep it cool. Let's calm it down. Let's take a breather. Let me have a drink of my Dr. Pepper. It has soothing properties. Now, we're not going to get angry about anything else today. We're not going to get angry about copyright claims. We're not going to get angry about the speed limit. We'll just disobey it, you know. Rather than complaining about the speed limit, I'll just ignore it and do 70. No more than 70 though. I'm not a maniac. Where am I from? I'm from Doncaster. Well, I'm originally from Harrogate in North Yorkshire. I currently live in Doncaster in South Yorkshire. In the UK, by the way, in case anyone's watching from outside the UK. Which some people do. I know I don't have many international viewers, but I do have a few viewers who are outside the UK. So hello if you are watching this from outside the UK right now. Let me know, by the way. Let me know in the chat. Where are you watching from? You don't have to give me your exact home address or anything like that. Just, you know, the country will do. But I always like to ask. It's always interesting to see whereabouts people are viewing from. Stoke, cool. Not too far. Not too far in the grand scheme of things. What's your favourite piece of music to play on the piano? Says, I think Naomi Rose. Sorry, I can't read your username very well. But thank you for the question. I'll get back to the question in just a sec, because everyone's sharing their locations now. So we got Bournemouth. That's cool. My dad used to live in Bournemouth. Essex, Leicester, West Brom. I've got a friend who lives in West Brom. Norfolk, Essex, Darlington. That's quite close to me. Leicester, London. Okay, so it does seem like mostly UK viewers today, but fairly spread out. Scouser, nice one, Ryobi. To answer your question, by the way, my favourite piece to play on the piano is probably the Train Chase from Wallace and Gromit. I actually played it a few months ago. You'll have to scroll down a little bit on my TikTok to find it, but I have actually played it here on TikTok. I absolutely love that piece of music. I think it's genuinely one of the best pieces of music ever written, and I love Wallace and Gromit. And it's just fun to play as well. It's a very fun piece to play. And the most important thing to me when I'm playing music is that it has to be fun. I only play pieces of music that I enjoy playing, that are like actually fun to play. And that piece of music, the Train Chase from Wallace and Gromit and the Wrong Trousers, is very fun to play. Okay, we're in Kano. Oh, it might be Kano. Stockport, says Chef Nile. That's not too far either, I guess. I mean, we do live in a fairly small country. Nothing is really too far in the grand scheme of things, but Manchester, well, not Manchester, but near Manchester. That's not too far from Doncaster. Just over the hills, just over the Pennines. I'm gonna go. Glasgow, that's a bit further afield. I think it'd take me 2 trains to get there. That's the thing. If I can get there in 1 train journey, I'd consider that close. If it takes me 2 trips, two trains, then it's far. Although actually that logic doesn't really add up, because I could get a train directly to Bristol without any changes, and I'd consider Bristol to be quite far. So forget the train analogy, forget I mentioned trains. Kentucky, USA, says Freddy. Really? Now that's a bit further away. Yes, I think it'd take more than 2 changes on the train to get to Kentucky. But that's cool. It's nice to know that we have a viewer from the US today. Where are we now? We are currently in Nigeria. We're heading to Uganda. We're not going to reach it today because we have a long, long way to go yet. But that is where we're heading in the general direction of. Leon says Madeira, Portugal. Very nice. Have I been to Madeira? Now I'm curious. I want to actually see if I've been to Madeira. Oh, is it not even here? That's disappointing. It is mainland Portugal, yeah. I'm guessing it's mainland Portugal. It looks like we can't actually... Oh, it's an island. Right, okay. Whereabouts is it? Someone point me to whereabouts it is, and I'll see if we can actually visit it. Is it off the west coast? West Africa? Is it one of these islands down here? Because I can't go to those, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure these islands are Portuguese, yeah? But they're also not visitable, unfortunately. So it looks like I can't go to Madeira, unfortunately. Oh, it's one of these islands, is it? I might have to see if I can find a mod. I'm sure someone will have made a mod. We might be able to visit them. I mean, we can go to Guernsey. we can go to Guernsey, which is a very, very tiny island, so... Oh, it's one of these ones down here. Okay, I will have a look. I'll see if I can find a mod that'll let us go to Madeira, and I might add it into the mod pack. But yes, glad to hear that you're watching from Madeira. Mod name so I can buy only without money. So if you want a complete mod list, the best way to find it is to join my Discord. If you join the Discord using the link in my bio and then go to the Trucking channel, there's a link to my complete mod list, as well as the download links and the load order. But if you want a quick rundown of the mods that I've got, the main ones are ProMods, ProMods Middle East, ProMods The Great Steppe, Heart of Africa, Horn of Africa, Road into Wilderness, Beyond, Siberia Map, Rush Map, Off the Grid Russia. I think that's about it. Those are the big ones anyway. There's 133 mods in my mod pack, but those are the ones that add the biggest map areas and stuff like that, if you want to check any of those out. But as I say, if you really want to get the best experience from my mod list, then the best thing to do is check the Discord and see the full list, because it tells you exactly where to download everything, exactly what order to put it in, so that you won't have any conflicts or anything like that. So again, not to plug my Discord too much, but if you want the complete mod list, join the Discord. Does it cost money? No. All the mods are free. There are no paid mods. However, you do need to own all of the map DLCs, which I think are still on sale at the minute on Steam. So obviously you need to own Euro Truck Simulator 2, as well as all 8 map DLCs. So that's Scandinavia, Going East, Road to the Black Sea, West Balkans, Beyond the Baltic Sea, Italia, Iberia, and Vive la France. So that's 8 different map expansions. You need all 8 of them for ProMods to work. ProMods will not work without all 8 of those DLCs. They aren't on sale for anymore. They expired yesterday. That is a shame. So the DLCs are back to full price, unfortunately. But the good news is that they're on sale very regularly. Like every couple of months, Euro Truck will be on sale, and the DLCs are usually on sale at the same time. So if you want to get the DLCs, just stick around for a while and wait until they're on sale again. It will be fairly soon. I have to go. See you once I'm in Poland. Have a great time. 2013 Peugeot 508SW. See you there. Well, I won't see you there. I'll still be here. But I hope you have a good journey. Hope you meet up with your friend. All right. Just go on CD Keys. Now, Citizen Phillips. I cannot endorse piracy of any kind, but a couple of my map DLCs were bought from CD Keys. I didn't buy all of them through Steam. I'll admit it. Don't do piracy just because I've done it. Do as I say, not as I do. Don't buy games from CD Keys. I mean, everyone does it anyway. I know you're gonna do it. Everyone does. Is Inverness on the UK map? Yes, it is. I'm not sure if it's in the base game, but it is definitely in ProMods. We can go up to Inverness there. Like I say, I'm not 100% sure. I haven't played the base game for a while without any mods, so someone tell me if I'm wrong. But I don't think you can visit Inverness in Euro Truck Simulator normally. But if you have ProMods, you can go there. How far are we from my rest stop? 3.5 hours. Let me just... Okay, that's perfect. What time is it also? 22. Okay. I've just had a thought. Now this might sound like an absolutely terrible idea, but I'm gonna just suggest it. Because my video with Mr. Blue Sky in the background has been copyright claimed twice. What would you guys say if I were to record the song myself, like sing the song myself and record it, and use that as the background music and re-upload the video like that? Because I think it would be pretty funny. Like, just for the bit, I could do that. I could do the instruments as well. I could like just vocalize the entire song and use that as the background music. I wouldn't normally do it for any other video, but it is a humorous video anyway, so maybe I should do that. Maybe I should personally sing Mr. Blue Sky and use it as the background for that video. And I'm not a good singer, but it's you know, it won't matter. I can just pretend that I'm singing it badly on purpose for the bit, you know. So let me know if I should do that. Let me know if you want to hear me personally singing Mr. Blue Sky as the background to that video, because I'll do it. I'll do it if you want me to do it. I'll do it. What you have in your trailer? Currently, we have scrap metal, Fabi, and we are taking it to Kampala in Uganda. This is our own trailer. It's from the Tirsan trailer pack, so the trailer is ours, but the cargo is obviously what we're delivering. I think it's 23 tons. Yeah, 23 tons of scrap metal right now. Can I ask why you're driving a truck with a farming wheel? So yeah, I use this wheel for pretty much every driving game. I play Euro Truck, Farming Sim, SnowRunner. Soon I'm going to be playing Bus Simulator with it, or OMSI. It's a very good all-round wheel, to be honest. Like I say, the big problem for me is most wheels on the market are designed for a specific game. Like if you get a trucking wheel, it's designed specifically for Euro Truck. If you get a racing wheel, it's designed specifically for racing games. It's very hard to find a wheel that you can just sort of do everything with. But I think this is a really good all-purpose wheel. I know it is designed with Farming Sim in mind, but I genuinely do think it's a good all-rounder. It's not perfect. It's very cheap. It doesn't have force feedback or anything like that. But as a starting wheel, for a very reasonable price, I think it's really good. Like I say, it's not brilliant, but it's a good all-rounder, and I'm very happy with it for the time being. Oh, I apologise. I'm so sorry. You know when you take a drink, and sorry if this is TMI. You know when you take a drink and a burp comes up just before you're about to swallow. So then you're like, well, this is awkward. I've got to wait for the burp to finish before I can swallow now. I'm sure you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll probably have experienced that phenomena at some point. And if you haven't, sorry if that's too much information. Okay, now would be a good time to plug the Discord again. Let's do another Discord plug, why don't we? So if you want to join my Discord, there is a link in my bio. You can join it right now. It's a community server, so it's a place for you to be able to talk to me, as well as to get updates on my content. If you're interested in Farming Sim, you can get notified whenever I stream Farming Sim. If you like Euro Truck, you can get notified whenever I stream Euro Truck. You know, if I've uploaded a video and you want to discuss it, you can do that, and you know, so on and so forth. It's a community hangout kind of thing. So if you want to join my Discord, there is a link in my bio, and I will be reading out new members as they join. So far today, we've had Gio, Scott Ashton, X Brands, and Charlie Joe. So thank you everyone who has joined so far. Okay, we're going to stop at that petrol station next. Is it raining? Nope. It stopped raining. Everybody's in the play. And don't you know, it's a beautiful new day. Probably shouldn't sing that on stream, that might get copyright strikes. just using the words from the song now is probably grounds for a copyright strike. Join my Patreon as well, by the way. That's it. I'm not going to say anything else. Just join my Patreon. It's $1 a month. You get your name on this board. You get a shout out on stream. Thank you to my current Patreon supporters: Billy Smith, Alfie Curd, Ryan and Jacob Adventures, Liam STFC, and Sophie, who's just joined today. Those are my free members. And thank you to Kate, who is my paid member at the moment, my only paid member, but join if you want to. You'll also get access to the Discord, the community, the VIP section of the Discord, and you get access to the stream archive so you can see all my past live streams. That's it. End of plug. Join my Discord, join my Patreon, do other things, support me, or don't. I don't really care. It's your life. But thank you if you do in advance. Now let's get back to driving. Thanks for following Els and Reese GG's. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa? Wheels playing up a bit. Even more so than usual. I'll try not to die in a fire explosion. Although I am carrying scrap metal, I don't think scrap metal explodes. So we should be alright. The worst that'll happen is we'll be impaled on a piece of scrap metal, which actually that might be worse than exploding. I don't know. How would you rather die, chat? Would you rather die in a fiery explosion, or would you rather be impaled on scrap metal? Do let me know. Which do you think is a worse way to go? I'm enlightened. I'm intrigued to hear your input on the matter. Fire might be quicker, so better. I mean, I guess so. I feel like the thing with an explosion is there's if it's like a gas explosion, there's two ways to die, right? You could die in the actual explosion, like just the force of the explosion, which I guess would be quite fast. But then you could set on fire, which would be, I guess, quite painful. So I don't know. I mean, I've never been on fire. So, but then again, I've never been exploded either, so I don't know. I've never died, so I mean, I can't really say which is a worse way to die because I've never died. This is such a morbid topic. How did we get onto the topic of the worst way to die? Let's not talk about death anymore. I feel like... Okay, I will stop talking about death in a minute, but I just want to very quickly say, I feel like the best way to go would be vaporization from a nuclear explosion. I don't mean like, you know, radiation, because that's horrible. That is literally one of the worst ways you could possibly die, is from radiation sickness. But the actual... Like, if you're stood within the blast radius, like within the immediate radius of the explosion, you just get vaporized, like, instantly. Like, a click of the fingers, you're dead. So I feel like that would be okay. Like, you wouldn't feel it. You literally wouldn't feel a thing. I guess a nuclear explosion is, like, both the best and worst way to die, because if you're stood close enough, you just get vaporized and die instantly. But if you're stood a little bit further away, you get radiation sickness and you die a slow, painful death. So again, it's like it's both the best and worst way to die, depending on how close you're standing. I'm gonna stop talking about dying now, please. What? Let's get away from this. Let's get away from this topic. No more talking about death. In conclusion, vaporization, best way to go. The worst way to go, jury's still out, but probably radiation. Now I'm going to stop talking about it. Do I know Deanpool? I do know Deanpool. Deanpool is my dad. He was here earlier. I think he left the stream, but he was here at the beginning of the stream. If you see anybody called Deanpool in the chat, that's my dad. Thanks for joining the Discord, by the way, Chef Nile. Our 5th joiner today. Once again, if you do want to join the Discord, there's a link in the description. But thank you to Geo, Scott Ashton, Brands, Charlie Joe, and Chef Nile for joining so far today. Does he like Deadpool? He does like Deadpool. If the name was not a giveaway, my dad is a big fan of Deadpool. Okay, I'm going to overtake, but instead of overtaking into oncoming traffic, I'm just going to go off-road and overtake. I think this is technically an undertake. I don't know. I don't drive. God damn, this guy's going just a little bit too fast to overtake him properly. Turn on the beacon. The beacon doesn't do anything at the minute because this truck doesn't have a beacon on it. It'll only work if the truck itself has a beacon light, which mine doesn't. So unfortunately it won't work. But it does actually work if I just unplug it real quick to show you. And then plug it back in. Or not. I can't bloody get it. There we go. So it does actually, that is actually a working beacon light, but like I say, it only works if you've got a beacon light on your actual truck in the game, which I don't right now. Why don't you drive IRL? I'm just not interested in it, Max. It's an expense I could do without, to be honest. I live in a place which has fairly decent public transport links. There's not really any need for me to drive, and like, there's just too many costs involved. There's buying the car itself, then there's insurance, there's maintenance, there's MOT, there's road tax, there's fuel costs. There's so many things to consider with the price of it, and it just doesn't seem worth it, because even if I could drive, I probably wouldn't drive very much, so there's really no reason to spend money on something that I'm not going to do that often. Like I say, I'm happy enough sticking to public transport for the time being. I'll save my money for more important things, like a new computer and a big steering wheel for trucking. No, jokes aside though, genuinely, it's just not something I've ever been interested in doing, and I don't really want to spend money on doing something that I don't really fancy doing. Okay, I'm not going to get past this guy right now, am I? I personally just love the freedom of it. That's fair enough, Max. Yeah, I do get the advantages of having a car, and there are times that I do wish that I could drive. Like, for example, whenever I go to stay with my friends, I mentioned earlier, I visit my friends like twice a year. We have a bit of a get together, and I stay over for a couple of nights. But whenever I do that, I have to go on the train, and I have to take all of my luggage with me on the train. You know, carrying a big suitcase around onto the train and on buses and stuff like that. it is a bit awkward, and at times like that, I do sort of think to myself, God, I wish I had a car. But that's only like a small percent of the time. Most of the time, I'm not really that fussed about it. Like I say, I can definitely see the advantages of having a car, and there are times that I would appreciate if I had one, but not enough for me to really seriously consider doing it. Plus, I love trains. I don't know if I've mentioned that before. I feel like I don't mention enough the fact that I am absolutely obsessed with trains. Trains are my special interest, or one of. And although rail transport in this country is notoriously not the best, I still love trains. I'm obsessed with trains. Anytime that I get a chance to go on the train, I will go on the train. My sister lives in Wales, and I've been talking about visiting her recently. And it's way cheaper to get to Wales on the coach, but I'm going to go on the train because I just want to go on the train. I love trains. I'd rather spend 5 hours on the train and pay twice the price than spend 8 hours on a coach. I love trains. Like I say, literally, if there's any journey that can be done on the train, I'm going to do it on the train. Because that's who I am. That's what I do. Okay, we're currently in Gombe. Get a bit closer before we... Oh, never mind. The lights are green. We don't even need the handbrake at all this time. Okay, this time I'm going to overtake while the traffic's moving slowly. I'm going to overtake him before he speeds up. There we go. And just to add insult to injury, I cut him off as well, so he had to slow down. Okay, this is looking pretty nice. I forgot to mention, by the way, I do appreciate that we are now out of the desert. We are finally starting to see more scenery, more trees, more vegetation, and as we continue, we'll definitely get to see a lot more greenery. So the drive's getting slightly less boring now. There's more interesting stuff to look at, and hopefully that will continue. Like I say, we are still sort of on the outskirts of the desert, so the vegetation is quite sparse, but it will start to get greener as we continue. Hopefully it will get a bit hillier as well. I'm not a big fan of driving on flat ground all the time. I like some rougher terrain, so hopefully we'll get some mountains or some big hills to drive into. That's one of the reasons why I don't think I'll really be... why I'm not really interested in American Truck Simulator. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm assuming that it's a fairly flat game compared to Euro Truck. I know America isn't completely flat, but I would assume that a lot of places that you can visit in Euro Truck are quite flat. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's just what I would assume. When I think of American trucks, I think of like massive rigs driving across massive open flat expanses of desert, which is why I'm much more interested in European trucking. Again, maybe I'm completely wrong about that. Maybe there's plenty of hills and mountains in American Truck Simulator, but I have this assumption that it's probably a very flat game compared to this. Do I have a handbrake? Yes, I do, Ollie. This is my handbrake right here. And it will soon be joined by the old gear shifter. I am planning on buying a gear shifter from Thrustmaster next month. Where are you driving to, says Archie? We're driving to Kampala in Uganda. We're not going to get there today. Not by a long shot. It's a very, very long drive. But we'll hopefully get to whatever this country is here. I'm not great at geography. I know we're in Nigeria right now. That's all I know. Apply the handbrake. When I get to somewhere that a handbrake would be appropriate, I will apply it. I'm not going to apply it right now. We are on a hill. I was just saying I hope the terrain starts to get more hilly soon, and we are now climbing a hill. That's what I like to see. Like, genuinely, I love a nice hill. I prefer this a lot more to just being on flat ground all the time. And it does look like there are mountains ahead, so the drive could be very hilly from here on out. We'll see. I think this is one of those occasions where we're going to obey the speed limit as well. I definitely don't want to be doing 70 down this hill because look at this. God damn. Yep, we're going to obey the speed limit here. God. Listen to the brake retarder clinging on for dear life. Trucking Tuesday. It is Trucking Tuesday, Ross. Yes, it is. Oh, we're on flat ground again. Oh, that's a shame. I'm sure there'll be more hills though. If we look at the map, again, we are heading into the greener territory now, which I assume is going to be a little bit hillier. Like, we're out of the desert. We're right on the outskirts of the desert now. What controls do you use? I'm trying to set mine up, says Chef Nile. It depends what kind of peripherals you got. So what sort of stuff have you got? Because obviously I've got my Logitech steering wheel, side panel and pedals, and I've also got this handbrake. But obviously your particular peripherals might be different. Does it have force feedback on ETS2? Unfortunately, no. This wheel doesn't have any force feedback. I am hoping to upgrade to a force feedback wheel soon. I've got the Thrustmaster T248 in mind. Sorry. My voice is very bad today. I do apologise. Like, even more than usual. It's very, very coarse. I'm very sorry. But yeah, as I was saying, it doesn't have force feedback, this one, but I am going to be getting the Thrustmaster T248. That's the wheel I'm going to be upgrading to next, which does have force feedback. I'm probably not going to be getting that for a while, though, because we got Christmas coming up. I've got a lot of family members to buy presents for, and I also want to upgrade my PC itself before I upgrade the wheel. So it'll probably be, like, sometime next year. But like I said, I definitely am going to be upgrading this at some point. And the Thrustmaster T248 is the one that I'm going to be going for. I'll have another drink, see if that'll help my throat. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, another reason that I definitely want to upgrade the wheel as well is because, as you can see, the in-game wheel does not respond very well to my actual wheel. It does a lot of that wobbling about and stuff like that. And unfortunately that's because it's an old wheel. It has been bruised and battered quite a lot since I've owned it. I do bump into it a lot because it's on my desk permanently. So it's seen better days. And that's another reason that I'm keen to get rid of it and get something better. Ooh. Starting to get a little bit uncomfortable. I've been sat for so long. We're 2 hours into the stream though, so another hour to go. We'll see how far we can get. What is this? I guess this is Savannah. Is that what you'd call this? This sort of climate, this sort of terrain. Thanks for following, Kian Mahoney. Okay, I'm going to try and get past this guy after this motorbike. Thanks for following, Trickshot Tom. Oh, I'm not going to get past. Good enough. I've got a wheel, pedals, then mouse and keyboard. What wheel is it, though, Chef Niall? Because obviously every wheel's got a different button layout and stuff like that. Let me know. I'm looking at upgrading to the Hori from Farming Sim, says Trickshot Tom. Me personally, Trickshot Tom, I would not recommend doing that. I've heard very bad things about the Hori farming equipment wheel. I know it's a very new peripheral. It's only been out for about 8 months, and I did want to buy it. I was actually planning on getting that exact wheel to replace this one, and I looked around online, and it's like almost universally hated. It would be the truck wheel with the side panel from... That's fair enough. That I completely think is absolutely fine. From what I've heard, the only good thing about that bundle is the side panel. Personally, I can't justify buying the whole bundle just for the side panel, but if you've got money to do that, then absolutely go for it. I think if they sold the side panel on its own, I would definitely buy it. But like I say, the wheel itself is absolutely shocking quality from what I've heard. It's absolutely horrendous, which is also why I'm not going to be buying the new Hori Truck Simulator wheel that's releasing in a couple of months' time. I'm going to wait until there's reviews of that before I consider buying it, because again, they don't have a great track record for quality. For the side panel, it's literally just a button box, so it doesn't really matter what the quality is. But yeah, for everything else, I would recommend not getting the wheel. Although, having said that as well, in terms of button boxes, this is fantastic. This Logitech side panel is genuinely such an amazing button box. The only thing I can really fault it on is the stick. Because it's just not really a big enough stick for crane arm control and stuff like that. But I think having this panel, but then getting a farm stick as well, a Simtask farm stick from Thrustmaster, would be absolutely perfect. Because apart from the stick, this side panel is perfect. And even the stick itself is really good for indicating in Euro Truck. So yeah, I think when I do upgrade the wheel, I'm probably going to keep this side panel, but then just get a Thrustmaster farm stick to go with it. Because this is brilliant. This is genuinely fantastic. And I'm so glad that they sell this on their own, because when I first bought the bundle, they didn't sell this individually. You could only buy it as part of the bundle. But they do now sell this individually. So if you want a button box, I genuinely would recommend this. I wouldn't recommend the whole bundle if you are looking for something high quality. But the side panel itself, I cannot recommend it enough. It is really, really good. Ignore the minor collision that just happened there. We've made a mess of this, god damn. I have the whole bundle and the sim dashboard out for speed and stuff. That's fair enough. Like I say, it's not an awful bundle, and it's a very good bundle for beginners. But like I say, when I do upgrade the wheel, which I'm planning on doing, I'm not going to upgrade the side panel. I'm going to keep this side panel because it's very, very good. Chef Nile, it's a Subsonic Superdrive off Amazon, cheap as it's my first one. I'm not familiar with that particular wheel, so I can't really give you too much advice. But I would say, you know, if it's... I assume it has thumbsticks. If it doesn't have thumbsticks, I wouldn't... It probably won't be the best for trucking. Because the thing is, a lot of simulator wheels, they don't have thumbsticks, which sounds crazy, but it's because like most wheels are designed for racing games, and you don't need to move the camera in racing games. So a lot of racing wheels just don't have thumbsticks at all, which is not ideal. You know, if you're playing a game like Euro Truck, you need the thumbsticks. If you're playing Farming Simulator, you need to be able to look around. So you really can't do without a wheel that hasn't got thumbsticks on it. I know it sounds like I'm banging on a bit, but the Sim Dashboard is a great app for digital buttons. I might have to check it out, Trickshot Tom. I might have to take a look at that, because I've never actually used any sort of Sim Dashboard or any sort of plugins like that. Oh, it's night time again. We've done it again. Anyways, got to go. Thanks for joining, Trickshot Tom, and thanks for your input as well. Thanks for your comments. Am I in Greece? No, only Blake. We are in Nigeria at the minute. Anyway, back to what you were saying, Chef Nile. Like I say, I don't really think I can advise you too well on like controller mapping and stuff like that, because I'm not familiar with the wheel that you suggested. Hopefully it's got triggers, because I would recommend, if you've got back triggers, set those up with the camera. I have my camera set up to the triggers, so it's right cam to cycle through the right trigger to cycle through the different camera angles, and then left trigger returns you to cab view, and that just feels very natural. It's very easy to do. And then also, if you've got a D-pad on the wheel, I use the up button to show my route advisor, the left and right buttons to switch between the different tabs in the route advisor, and then the down button to adjust the map zoom on the route advisor, which again, they all feel like very natural mappings for those functions. And then obviously right thumbstick to look around, left thumbstick's not actually mapped to anything. Or it might be mapped to the cursor in the menu, I can't remember, because I usually use the mouse while I'm in the menu. Where's our next rest stop, by the way? 10 hours, 6 minutes. Let's have a look. What time are we on, by the way? 14, so this might be the last spur of the day. We might stop after this when we get to the next rest stop, which I think will be Tourborough. Or maybe not. Maybe we could get to Pau. We certainly can. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Excuse me. Once again, apologies for any potential mispronunciations. I'm also not sure what this country is here that we're just about to enter, so if anyone knows, it's just southeast of Nigeria. If anyone knows what that country is, do let me know. My geography is not the best, especially my African geography. I have to admit, I'm not very great with the African countries, which is bad, I know, but it is what it is. Oh, that's a turn. I didn't even realise there was a turn there. Probably a bad place to overtake. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, God, no. I have a sneaking feeling that it's going to be like this all the way to Uganda. Please tell me it's not. Please tell me we're going to get back onto a real road. It's Cameroon that we're entering. Welcome to Cameroon. Hello. Please tell me that there are paved roads in Cameroon. I'm sure there are at least some. But are there any that we can drive on? When loading into the game, do I just select wheel and pedals? Yeah, if you've just bought the wheel and you've just plugged it in, then when you load into the game, it should say, we've detected a steering wheel, would you like to set it up? You just press yes and it will take you through and you map out all the buttons and what you want it all to, how you want it all to work. But like I say, if you're playing for the first time with the wheel, it should automatically detect it and ask you if you want to set it up. How can I join Patreon, says Samwood. So if you want to join Patreon, check my bio. There is a link. You will have to copy and paste the link, unfortunately. It's not a clickable link. But if you go to patreon.com/ashbridgeindustries, you can become a supporter for £1 a month. And if you do support me, you will get a shout out on stream. You'll get your name on this board. Currently my free members are on the board, but please don't hate me, but I'm going to take those off in future. Only my paid members will be on the board. I will still read your name out if you are a free member, but I'll only actually write your name on the board if you're a paid member. So if you want your name on this board in future, you will have to pay £1 a month. And you'll also get access to the community Discord. You'll get access to the VIP section of the Discord. So once again, paid members will get their names on the board. Free members will not get their names on the board, but they will still get a shout out. And obviously the other benefits, they're only for paid members as well. So the Discord access is only for paid members. The live archive is only for paid members. Once again, I do appreciate if you become a free member, but a free membership is basically the equivalent of like watching. Like it's like becoming a watcher. So you see when I do stuff, but you don't actually get to see what it is. Like if I post an update, for example, you'll get a notification to say that I've posted an update, but then you won't actually be able to see the full update unless you're a paid member. Which is not my doing, that's just how Patreon works, so there's really no reason to be a free member. I appreciate that not everyone wants to become a paid member, but like I say, there's not really any point in being a free member either, so it's like, if you do want to support me on Patreon, it's best to become a paid member. And again, it's only £1 a month, so I think £1 a month is very reasonable. A lot more reasonable than what it used to be, because it used to be a £5, but I've reduced it. Cameroon is the country you were on about. It's southeast of Nigeria. Yes, it is, Blue Star. Thank you for letting me know. There was actually a sign as we came into the country. So we are in Cameroon right now. We're not stopping here, we're just passing through. Our next checkpoint is on the other side in the next country along, which someone will have to let me know what that is as well. So our next rest stop is here. So if anyone could let me know what this country is, do tell. So we're only very briefly passing through Cameroon. Okay, please tell me that we are going to get onto a better quality road, though. I don't want to... No disrespect to Cameroon, but I sincerely hope that the roads aren't all like this. Have I upgraded the wheel yet? I haven't, only Blake. No, the wheel is probably not going to be upgraded for a long time now. It's quite far down on my list of priorities at the minute. So, as I mentioned before, it's coming up to Christmas, so my top priority at the minute is starting my Christmas shopping for my family. Then my second priority is upgrading my actual PC itself. I've got my eye on another PC from Bedrock Computers, which has a 12GB graphics card, so it's going to be a significant upgrade, and I'll be able to play much bigger games and hopefully have much smoother live streams. And then my third priority is going to be the actual wheel. 3060, yes, so the computer that I'm looking at the minute has a NVIDIA GTX 3060 12GB graphics card, which again, my current PC only has 3GB graphics, so it's a massive improvement. And I think for the benefit of you guys, the audience, upgrading my computer first makes more sense than upgrading my wheel. Because I'll be able to play games much smoother, much higher frame rate. I'll be able to play bigger games as well. I really want to stream Train Simulator, but Train Simulator is laggy as hell on this computer, even when I'm not streaming it. So I definitely need a better computer before I even think about streaming that game. So yeah, I think it's going to be the best option for everyone, for me and for the audience, if I upgrade my PC and get something with a better graphics card. So that's probably what I'm going to do next, once the Christmas shopping's out of the way. Oh! A road! A road! Blessed tarmac. It's okay, guys, we're back on the road. It's all good. Oh, feel the smoothness of the road surface here. Beautiful. Thanks for all the donations, by the way, today, guys. I'll read out the gifts in a minute, because I haven't read any out today. I mean, we got a gift right at the very start, but I haven't read any out apart from that, so maybe at the next rest stop, next time we pull over, I'll read the gifts that everyone has kindly sent today. No! Okay, back on the dirt track. God, this is bumpy. I'm hoping it's not bumpy enough to damage the truck. Sometimes that happens, sometimes the roads are so bumpy that you do end up damaging the truck on them. Hopefully that won't happen here. my god, look at it bouncing about. Road, please. Doesn't look like it. Yep. Still no road. Well, I guess it is a road. It's not a paved road, is what I mean. Well, hopefully we will be back on paved roads again soon. It's a good job I don't have a wheel with force feedback, because it would be vibrating like hell right now. Thanks for the paper crane, Sophie. Okay, well, I'm going to pull over here. We don't need a rest yet, but I will pull over just for a second to read out some gifts. And we may as well top up while we're here. How much did the wheel you have now cost? £230, Chef Niall. That's for the wheel, the pedal, the panels, and the pedal. The wheel, the panel, and the pedals. They all come as one bundle. It's called the Logitech Heavy Equipment Bundle. It's £230 from the Logitech website. And like I say, it's a very good starter bundle. The wheel's not the best, but the button box is fantastic, and the pedals are alright. And if you're just getting started, it is a very, very good, very reasonably priced package to start with as well. Okay, let's read some gifts, because I have been neglecting the gift giving today. So we had quite a lot from Chris Ledworth at the beginning of the stream. Heart Me, Team Bracelet, Music Play, Flameheart, Gimme the Vote, Ice Cream, GG, Game Controller, and some roses. Thank you very much. Trucky Boy, thank you for the roses. Freddy, thank you for the flame hearts. Someone else sent a heart. Can't read your username, sorry, but thank you very much. Only Blake, thanks for the heart. And Sophie, thank you for the paper crane. Those are all the gifts we got today. And while we're here, I'm going to plug the Discord again. So if you want to join my community Discord, check the link in my bio. It'll take you to the Discord. We've had 5 new members join today, so thank you Geo, Scott Ashton, X-Brands, Charlie Joe, and Chef Niall for joining the Discord server. And also consider joining the Patreon, which is only £1 a month, and you can join that through the link that's also in my bio. And thank you to Sophie for joining the Patreon today. I will get your name up on the board in time for the next live stream. Okay, back to the game. We are 6.5 hours away from our next rest stop, so let's get back to it. I forgot the handbrake again. It'd be nice if I could see, you know. It'd be nice if it was daytime. But it never is. It's literally never daytime whenever I play this game. I don't understand it. Oh god, really bumpy now. I don't like this. Give me a paved road, please. Are we going uphill? Just barely by the looks of it. You can change time in settings. Yeah, I could change the time in the settings, but I don't like doing that. It feels too cheaty to me to just set the time to midday or whatever. In real life, people have to drive at night. It's just how it goes. I don't mind doing it. I just, like I say, I'm hoping that we can get to daytime soon so I can see some of the scenery a bit better. How long does it take to do the 6-hour journey? Probably about 20 minutes. I think we might have to end the stream there when I get to the next rest point, because we won't have time to get to the one after that. But yeah, I'd say maybe 20 minutes. A full 11-hour sleep cycle takes maybe half an hour, 45 minutes. It kind of depends on the road that you're on as well, because the clock actually moves quicker on motorways and slower on smaller back roads and stuff. So like this road right here, it's only the time will be going slightly slower than if I was on a motorway. I thought you said the sub was only £1. The sub is only £1. It should only be £1 to join my Patreon. Unless you're referring to my TikTok sub, which you should not pay for. Do not subscribe to me on TikTok, please. TikTok subscriptions have this... It's quite shady, to be quite honest. Once you've set up TikTok subs, you cannot get rid of them. You cannot turn them back off. And I mean, I have contacted TikTok support, and so much like this is a known problem. So many people have contacted TikTok support and asked them, you know, can you remove my subscriptions, please? I don't want to offer subscriptions. They do nothing about it. Once you've set them up, there is no way to turn them off again. So please don't sub through TikTok. If you already have, as I know you have, Sophie, please cancel it. Don't pay it. Don't pay £3 a month for TikTok subscriptions when you could just pay £1 a month for Patreon. I don't offer anything for TikTok subscribers. There's no benefit to subscribing to me on TikTok. There's no reward for it. So please, again, don't do it. If you want to support me financially, the best way to do it is Patreon, which is only £1 a month, and I actually do offer benefits to Patreon members. So again, like I say, you know, please don't sub on TikTok. It is a known problem. I'm not making this up. Someone accused me of making it up last time I mentioned it, but it is a genuine, actual problem with TikTok. Once you start offering subscriptions, you cannot remove them. I've contacted TikTok support. I've told them I don't want to offer subscriptions anymore. Can you remove subscriptions from my account? No reply. They will not do it. Because any chance that they have to make money, they'll grab onto it, right? This is, if we're being honest, this is the real reason that they copyright strike my videos when I use copyrighted music. It's not because they actually care about the intellectual property of the people that they're representing, it's because they don't want to lose money, right? And it's the same thing with the subs. The reason that they won't take my subscriptions away for me is because that would cost them money. It makes more sense for TikTok financially to leave my subscriptions there and hope that occasionally someone will pay for them without realising that I don't actually offer any benefits. So again, it's TikTok being scummy and shady, as they do. So once more, please don't subscribe to me through TikTok. If you want to follow me, if you want to support me financially, do it through Patreon. That's all. End of rant. I'm really going off at TikTok today. They've really pissed me off today. So I'm not holding any punches. Why have they pissed me off? They removed the sound from my video again. It's the second time it's happened. My 5,000 follower video that I uploaded last week, they removed the sound from it because it contains copyrighted music. Even though the music was credited on screen and it was background music, and I don't make any money from the videos, but they copyright striked it anyway. So I re-uploaded it this week with different music, and they muted the audio on that one as well about an hour ago. So I'm very much not happy about it. Would you ever stream on Twitch? I have streamed on Twitch before. I had a very, very brief stint on Twitch a while back in 2021, but it never got anywhere. I did it for a couple of months and I only got like 10 followers in that entire time. Whereas here on TikTok, you know, in 4 months I've got to 5k, so I've definitely had a lot more success here on TikTok. I like doing stuff here on TikTok, don't get me wrong. I think TikTok is great for reaching an audience because so many people use it, but it's just not, it's also not the best place to be a content creator because there are a lot of shady practices involved. They're very litigious about copyright and stuff like that. At the end of the day, TikTok is a money-making platform, and they are very, very serious about making money. They will do whatever they can to get money from every single user. So it's not great in that respect, but in terms of the audience that I've found on TikTok, in terms of some of the people that I've met and spoken to, and you know, some of the people who watch my videos, it's amazing. I have an amazing audience, and I really, really am grateful for my audience. I love all you guys, and I'm so, so grateful that you're here. So although I'm not the biggest fan of TikTok, for many reasons, I also am very happy to be here on TikTok because of the audience that I've got while I've been here. Hours 41. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to end the stream when I get to this next rest point. We're not going to have enough time to move on anywhere else. The only other thing that I will say about Twitch, I'll just say this very briefly. I would potentially consider multi-streaming. I don't think I could do it right now. I don't have good enough internet for that. I really need to upgrade my internet. It's not the best. But once I've got better internet and, you know, a better computer and stuff like that, I think potentially I could do multi-streaming. I could stream simultaneously on TikTok, Twitch, and maybe YouTube. But I definitely wouldn't stream on Twitch only. Like if I did stream on Twitch, it would definitely be at the same time as on TikTok. I'd make sure that I was still streaming on TikTok simultaneously. But it would let me reach a larger audience. It would let people on those platforms find me and see my content. So again, it's something that I might consider later down the line. But for right now, I'm going to stick with Twitch and Twitch alone. Okay, what is this country? I believe that is the flag of the Central African Republic. It probably said on the road sign as well, but I didn't see it. So we are now in the Central African Republic, which is going to be where we finish this stream. We're about 4 hours away from the rest stop, so another 15 minutes or so. And then we'll call it a day. And then I'm going to go make tea. I'm having a lasagna tonight. And I'm cooking, so should be good. Love lasagna, says Lauren. So do I, Lauren. Big fan of lasagna. I like Italian food in general, you know. Bolognese, lasagna, other Italian foods. That's pretty much bolognese and lasagna are the only Italian foods that I actually eat regularly. But they're both good meals, you know. And I guess pizza. Pizza is technically Italian, although the pizzas that we actually eat in this country are so far removed from traditional Italian pizzas. It's I don't think you can really call them the same thing. But technically, pizza is Italian. And I do eat a lot of pizza. Frozen pizza, I have to admit. Like I'm not above admitting that I eat a lot of frozen pizzas. They're cheap and easy. You know, I do a lot of cooking as well. I do cook a lot of meals myself. But sometimes, especially after I've streamed for a few hours, sometimes I just feel like, you know what, I'm just going to chuck a frozen pizza in the oven for half an hour and that'll do. I don't make a habit of it, but bad place to overtake again. But yeah, like I say, sometimes I'm just not in the mood to cook. I'll just stick a frozen pizza in the oven and that'll do. Put a bit of my own cheese on top, a bit of extra cheese. Yeah, Lauren says extra cheese and cheap toppings. Exactly. If you put a little bit of mushroom on top and a bit of cheese, you can pretend that you've cooked it yourself. Okay, we're coming up to the rest stop now. We've actually got 20 minutes left still. I didn't think we'd get to the rest stop this quickly. So what I'm going to do is we're going to sleep first of all. Before we do anything else, let's sleep. Okay, and while we're stood, I'm just going to quickly read out some announcements from the Discord. So once again, hello everyone who has joined the Discord today. Our new members are... One second, let me get back to the new members channel. So our new members today are Gio, Scott Ashton, X-Brands, Charlie Joe, and Chef Niall. So thank you all for joining the Discord server. If you want to join the Discord server, there is a link in my bio. It's basically a community hangout, so a place for you to be able to talk to me, get updates on my videos and live streams, and stuff like that. Also, I want to give a quick shout out to my Patreon followers. We have some new followers today. So Sophie, thank you very much for becoming a supporter. Your name will get put on the board later, don't worry, I will make sure I do it. And if you want to join the Patreon as well, there's a link in my bio for that. It costs £1 a month in exchange for your name on this board, access to the VIP section of the community Discord, and access to my live archive on YouTube. So you can see all my past live streams. That's it. Announcements over. Back to the drive. And we got 20 minutes left, so I will drive a little bit longer. And I will remember to put the handbrake on while I'm at the petrol pump this time. I know it's diesel. I just call it a petrol pump because that's how we do things in the UK. I know it's a petrol station, and I know that the truck doesn't actually take petrol. But I'm going to call it a petrol station anyway. Woo! Okay, thanks for that, I guess, lady. Okay, how far can we get then? Let's say Dacoa for the next rest stop. That's 6 hours. I think that's probably going to take us to 6 o'clock. So perfect time to end the stream. So that's what we'll do. And it's daytime! Hey, we can see the beautiful scenery of Central African Republic again. It's quite flat. Once again, I'm hoping it won't be flat forever and we'll get into some hillier ground soon. But we'll see. I tell you what, I'm quite looking forward to ending the stream today. Not in a bad way. I'm not saying that I'm getting bored of the game or anything like that, but I'm feeling quite uncomfortable in my chair today. I don't know why. For some reason, I'm just not sitting very comfortably today. So I will be glad to get up and walk about a bit once the stream's ended. Plans for tonight, says Poppy Pork. Like I said earlier, Poppy, I'm making a lasagna tonight, so nice family meal. And then I'll probably chill out with my friends, play some games. I do actually have a video that's coming out tomorrow that I should probably do some editing on it. But let's be real, I'll probably wait until tomorrow morning and edit it all together at the last minute. And I'm also working on a music transcription for a later video. I've got another piano. In my elbow. I've got another piano video coming up. Probably not this week because I'm still working on it. But there's no sheet music available for this particular piece, so I'm currently working on copying down the score in MuseScore. Just listening to the song over and over again and trying to transcribe the notes down as best I can. But it's going quite well, so I'll probably do a little bit more of that tonight. So I've actually got quite a busy week. Like I say, I've got a video tomorrow that needs to be edited. I've got this piano piece that I'm trying to transcribe. I've got a couple of live streams coming. We got Farming Sim on Friday, and then the Cozy Weekend stream that I mentioned earlier. We're going to be playing Tiny Glade, Minami Lane, and Dorfromantik. 3 very cozy, little cutesy, very sort of wholesome, you know the sort of game that I'm talking about. You know the sort of vibe that I'm talking about. We're going to play 3 of those kind of games on Saturday, and if it goes well, I might do some more of that sort of thing, just playing 3 shorter games rather than playing 1 game for 3 hours. So yeah, should be quite a busy week. How's the kitten now? I presume you mean Buddy, the littlest kitten. He's very good, he's very good. We've also got another kitten called Skylar. She's a bit bigger. She's very affectionate. And then obviously we got Felix, the older tomcat. He's a big boy. He's like, I think, about 16 years old. He gets very hangry, but he's okay. He's a big softie. Still not a big fan of the roads around here. Like I say, I am hoping and praying that it's not going to be like this all the way to Uganda, because I've got a sneaking feeling that it is. If this is it, all the way, I'm not going to be very happy. I would like an actual paved road at some point. But it's looking less and less likely as time goes on. Yes, I know I'm speeding. Next live says STFC, sorry. Next live is Friday, Farming Simulator. But I do have a video coming out tomorrow, so, you know, if you're interested, watch this space for that. And obviously, if you're a member of the Discord, you'll get notified when I post videos as well, if you choose to have that role. Once again, the main idea behind the Discord is that it's a community hangout, so when you join, you choose what kind of things you're interested in. If you're interested in Euro Truck Simulator, or Farming Simulator, or Minecraft, or you want to see some of my trans discussion videos, or my piano videos, or Lego videos, or whatever else, you can choose all those roles in the server, and then you'll get notified when I upload content relating to those interests. So if you're interested in Euro Truck, you'll get a notification every time I stream Euro Truck. If you're interested in Lego, you'll get a notification every time I post a Lego related video, and so on and so forth. So it's a really good place if you want to keep up to date with what I'm doing, and if you want to get notified specifically about the content that you personally are interested in, the Discord is a great place for you to be able to do that. Could you do the new UK next live? I don't think we're going to go to the UK for quite a while, STFC, because my plan at the minute is to drive to South Africa. So in the next stream, we'll probably finish this delivery to Uganda, and then the stream after that will head down towards towards South Africa. It's probably going to be quite a while. It's probably going to be 3 or 4 live streams before we actually get there, but I am going to drive all the way to Cape Town. We're going all the way down. As long as it takes, we are going to make it. And then we might go to the UK. I might do some driving off camera as well, just to make it a little bit quicker. Like, I might finish this drive off camera, and then we'll start the next stream in Uganda. Extended stream, not today, however. Unfortunately, I am busy tonight. I've got dinner to make. I've already promised my brother that I was going to do a lasagna tonight, so I've got to keep my word. Oh, bad time to overtake. Have I ever drove to my street? I haven't, Becky. Unfortunately, my street is not in the game. My entire town, in fact, Doncaster, is not in the game, not even with pro mods. I did consider making a mod. I'm not really a modder, but I am a game... I have a degree, obviously, in game design, so I know a bit about computer programming and game design and stuff like that. So I did think a while ago, maybe I'll have a look at modding and see if I can make a Doncaster mod for Euro Truck. But it didn't really go anywhere. I didn't really get too far with it. I would love to see it, though. If anyone out there is a Euro Truck modder, please add my hometown of Doncaster to Euro Truck Simulator. I would really appreciate it. What GPU do you have? Currently, Christy, I have an Asus GTX 1050 Ti, which is 3 gigabytes. I'm currently looking at upgrading, though. There's a PC that I've got my eye on at the minute from Bedrock Computers, which has a GTX 3060, which is 12 gigabytes. That's 4 times as powerful as my current GPU, so it's going to be a massive, massive upgrade when I've got the money for it. But like I say, right now, only 3 gigabytes, which is good enough for Euro Truck. But if I want to stream Train Simulator, which I do, I need a better graphics card. Is there a Nottingham mod? I really hope so. Let's have a look. I don't recall seeing Nottingham in the game. No, there's no Nottingham. See, look at this. Like, the northeast is criminally neglected. Where's Derby? Where's Nottingham? Where's Doncaster? Like, look, this is where Doncaster would be. It'd be right here at this intersection. You could so easily remove this intersection and just add a little town. Add Doncaster. That's all I'm asking. If someone out there is a Euro Truck modder, add Doncaster. Go on, please. Put my hometown in the game. I want Doncaster. And Nottingham as well, I guess. The thing is, I do appreciate that they are limited by the amount of space. You know, the UK in Euro Truck is at a scale of 1 to 15. You can't fit every city in the country in at that scale. But I feel like Doncaster's a big enough town and has a big enough industry. It is officially a city now, so it's got that going for it. And I do feel like it's a big enough industrial hub that it deserves to be an Euro Truck Simulator. There's plenty of delivery places that they could have. I mean, right now there is a massive Amazon warehouse, like one of the biggest Amazon warehouses in the country. Was opened in Doncaster a few years ago. I live really close to it. I can actually see it. Not from my bedroom window, but like from my general area. If I'm standing in the right spot, I can see it. Forget I said that I could see it. I live close to it. I live close to the Amazon warehouse in Doncaster, and it is absolutely huge. Like there's I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of industry in Doncaster. There's enough industry that it should have its own place in Euro Truck. That's all I'm saying. Whoa! Okay. I was looking at my GPS. That was very bad. I was very distracted. What time are we on? 3 minutes. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to get to Decoa, and then I'm going to end the stream. Where are you now? We're currently in the Central African Republic. We're heading to the city of Decoa, which is where we're going to end the stream. I'm not going to do a longer live today. I'm very sorry, guys. I know in the past sometimes I do extend my live streams, but I am very busy tonight. I've got dinner to cook. Like I say, I have promised my brother that I'm going to make a lasagna tonight, and I'm going to keep that promise. So that's what I'm going to be doing after the live stream. How old is your brother? He's 17. He's going to be 18 next month. Garlic bread with lasagna, though. Oh, you're not going to believe it, Matty, but we don't have any garlic bread. I forgot to buy garlic bread with the shopping, so no garlic bread with today's lasagna, unfortunately. I know, I'm as annoyed about it as you are, Matty, trust me. I hate having garlic bread, or I hate having a lasagna or a bolognese without garlic bread, but it happens sometimes. Is it veggie or beef? It is, I think it's lamb, actually. I'm not 100% sure. I think I bought lamb mince this time round. I'm not too picky when it comes to mince, to be honest. Sometimes I'll get pork mince, sometimes I'll get beef mince, sometimes I'll get lamb mince. It just, whatever they've got and is cheapest, I'll buy. But I think it's lamb that I've got this week. Okay, we're nearly at Dacoa. That is going to be our end point for today's stream. I'm heading off. Thank you for joining, Cameron Carruthers. Hope you've enjoyed the stream. We're going to be finishing in a minute anyway, so don't worry, you won't be missing much. I'll see you next time. Okay, here's Dacoa. I'm going to pull over. We'll pull over at the repair place and see if there's any repairs to be done. A little bit of wear and tear, and then I'm going to end the stream there. That's Samad1. Thank you for following. Ooh, we're coming in way too fast. Finally in Dover, says 2013 Peugeot 508SW. Damn, that's... I mean, I guess it's good progress, but it just... I guess I bet it feels like just a tiny step on your incredible journey to Georgia. I hope you have a safe journey from Dover onwards. Are you taking the ferry or the Eurotunnel? Ferry, 3 hours. Fair enough. Okay, I'm not going to sleep here. I'm going to pull over, but I'm not going to sleep because we don't need to right now. Let me just try and get in a better position so that we can get out easily at the start of the next stream. Better early than never. Yeah, honestly, that's me. That is me, 2013 Peugeot. If I have a train to catch or anything like that, I prefer to turn up very early, just in case. Okay. We're going to end it there. Let me just save the game. I know it auto-saves when you quit anyway, but I like to just make sure. When's your next Euros Truck stream? Next Tuesday. And we'll continue our drive to Uganda. Or alternatively, like I said earlier, I might finish my... now. Sorry, TikTok Studios behaving badly. Sorry if there's a bit of lag right there. But yeah, it's been a good stream. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you everyone who's followed today. Thank you everyone who's joined the Discord today. Once again, Geo, Scott Ashton, X-Brands, Charlie Joe and Chef Niall. Thank you all very much for joining the Discord in today's stream. If you want to join the Discord and you haven't already, check the link in my bio. It's a community space, place for you to talk to me, to get notified when I go live and when I do videos, to talk to me about my content and to talk to my other viewers. So yeah, if you want a bit of a community hangout, check out the Discord. If you want to support me on Patreon, there's also a link for that in my bio. It's £1 a month. That's all. One single Great British pound for an entire month's subscription. You will get your name on this board. You will get access to the VIP section of the community Discord. And you'll also get access to the TikTok live archive on YouTube. You can watch all my past live streams. A quick shout out to my current paid supporters. We have Kate and Sophie. Kate is on the board. Sophie is not on the board, but I will put your name on there very soon. And the free Patreon supporters, unfortunately, your names are going to be rubbed off the board. Only paid supporters will be on there from now on. So if you want your name on the board, it'll cost you £1 a month. That's all. I'm going to end the stream here. Tomorrow, there will be a new video out. I'm not going to tell you anything about it. You'll have to wait and see. I will say it's a trans-related video. It's that sort of thing. It's queer content. as I like to call it. So that will be posted tomorrow. The next live stream will be Farming Simulator on Friday, and then on Saturday I'm doing my cozy weekend live stream where I'll be playing Tiny Glade, Minami Lane, and Dwarf Romantic. So if you want to see me play some cozy, cutesy kind of games, join me on Saturday for that. That's all. Thank you all, and I will see you next time. Bye everyone. I'm going to go make my lasagna.